Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to Practice English Daily. I'm Jessica, and I'm here with Eric as always.
Hi, everyone. Great to be here.
Today, we're exploring something really interesting. We're going to talk about how your mind works when you speak English.
Oh, I like this topic because honestly, sometimes I feel like I know the words, but when I try to speak, everything just disappears.
Exactly. And that's what so many learners experience. You can understand English when you read it or watch videos, right? But then when it's your turn to talk, suddenly you freeze.
Yes, it's like the words are hiding somewhere in my brain, but I can't find them.
That's such a good way to describe it. And here's the thing. It's not because you're not smart enough or because you haven't studied enough.
Really? Then what's the problem?
The issue is that your brain hasn't practiced thinking in English yet. It's still working in your first language and then trying to switch everything over.
So it's like my brain is doing extra work?
Exactly. You're translating everything in your head first, and that takes time. It makes you feel slow and nervous.
Okay, so how do we fix that?
Well, today we're going to share some really practical ways to help your brain work in English more naturally. We'll talk about things like thinking in English, describing your day, and even practicing conversations in your mind.
That sounds useful and not too complicated, I hope.
Not at all. Everything we talk about today is simple, and you can start right away.
Perfect. So where do we begin?
Let's start with something you do every single day. Do you ever talk to yourself?
You mean like out loud?
Not necessarily. I mean inside your head. Like when you're thinking, I'm hungry, or I need to hurry.
Oh, sure. I do that all the time.
Right, we all do. That's called your inner voice or inner speech. It's the way you think in words.
And let me guess, most people do this in their native language.
Exactly. If you grew up speaking French, you probably think in French. If you grew up with Arabic, you think in Arabic.
Okay, that makes sense. But what does this have to do with speaking English?
Well, if you're always thinking in your own language, then every time you want to speak English, you have to translate.
Right, and that's the slow part.
Exactly. But imagine if you could start thinking in English sometimes. Not all the time, just little moments here and there.
That sounds hard.
It's actually easier than you think. Let me give you an example. When you wake up in the morning and look at the time, what do you usually think?
Something like, oh no, I'm late.
Perfect. Now instead of thinking that in your language, try thinking it in English, just quietly in your head. Oh no, I'm late.
That's it?
That's it. You're starting to train your brain to use English for everyday thoughts.
Okay, I like that. It's simple.
Exactly. You don't need long, complicated sentences, just small, real thoughts. Like when you make breakfast, you could think, I'm making toast, or this coffee smells good.
So I'm basically narrating my life in English.
Yes, that's a great word for it, narrating. You're describing what you see, what you do, what you feel.
And this really helps with speaking?
Absolutely. Because when you finally need to speak out loud, your brain has already practiced saying those ideas in English.
So speaking becomes easier because I've already thought it.
Exactly right. Speaking is just saying what you've already thought.
I never thought about it that way.
Most people don't, but it's really powerful. Let me give you another example. Imagine you're walking outside. You could think things like, the weather is nice today, or there are a lot of people here.
So I'm just describing what I notice?
Yes, you're turning your daily life into English practice. You don't need a teacher or classroom. You just need to pay attention to your own experience.
I've loved that. It means I can practice anywhere.
Exactly. When you're cooking, cleaning, traveling, even when you're feeling tired or happy, just describe it in English in your mind.
What if I don't know the word for something?
That's totally fine. Use simple words. You can even describe around it. The point isn't to be perfect, it's just to keep your brain active in English.
Okay, that takes some pressure off.
Good. Now, let's talk about something else that can really help. Have you ever imagined a conversation before it happens?
You mean like thinking about what I'm going to say?
Exactly. That's called mental rehearsal. It means practicing something in your mind before you do it in real life.
Oh, I do that sometimes, especially if I'm nervous about something.
Right. Athletes do this all the time. They imagine themselves playing the game before it actually happens.
And we can do that with English?
Absolutely. Let's say tomorrow you need to order food in English. You can imagine the whole situation in your head first.
Okay, like what?
Picture yourself at the restaurant. You see the waiter. Now imagine yourself saying, "Hi, I'd like a salad, please."
And then I imagine the waiter responding?
Exactly. Maybe they ask, "What kind of dressing?" And you answer, "Olive oil, please."
So I'm playing out the whole conversation in my mind.
Yes, and here's the cool part. Your brain actually learns from that imaginary practice.
Really?
Yes, your brain doesn't always know the difference between imagination and reality. So when the real conversation happens, it feels familiar.
That's amazing. So I'll feel less scared?
Exactly. And you'll speak more smoothly because you've already practiced those sentences.
I'm definitely going to try that.
Great. You can rehearse anything, introducing yourself, asking for directions, talking about your weekend.
And I can do it anytime, right? Like on the bus or before bed?
Exactly. You don't need anyone else. You just need a few quiet minutes to imagine.
This is really helpful, Jessica.
I'm so glad. So let's recap quickly. We talked about 3 main ideas today.
Right. First, we talked about inner speech, thinking in English inside your head.
Yes, simple thoughts like, "I'm tired," or "This tastes good."
Then we talked about narrating your day, describing what you're doing as you do it.
Exactly. Like, "I'm walking to the store," or "I'm feeling happy."
And finally, mental rehearsal, imagining conversations before they happen.
Perfect summary, Eric.
So basically, we're training our brains to work in English, not just memorizing words.
That's exactly right. Fluency isn't just about vocabulary or grammar. It's about helping your minds become comfortable with English.
And all of these things can be done alone, without a teacher or a partner.
Yes, your daily life is your practice space.
I love that.
So, everyone listening, we really encourage you to try these techniques this week. Start small. Think one sentence in English when you wake up. Describe your breakfast. Imagine ordering coffee.
And don't worry about making mistakes. Just play around with it.
Exactly. This is about practice, not perfection.
All right. I think that's a great place to wrap up.
Thanks so much for joining us today on Practice English Daily. We hope this episode gave you some new ideas to try.
And remember, learning English isn't just about studying. It's about using it in your mind every day.
If you enjoyed today's episode, come back soon. We'll have more practical tips for you.
Until next time, keep practicing and stay curious.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.